Alright, we're back. Pacific Northwest Beer Review Season 1, and we've got a special for you today. We're doing our local hero for the season. Our local hero is Fort George 1811 Lager. Brought this up. It's a bottle opener. But we got a can, so we're not going to do that. Weird! Okay. Can. I would normally say don't buy canned beer. Canned beer is bad. Because for the most part, canned beer is mass-produced junk. Some craft breweries in the last, 10 years, 5 years, they've started making craft beer in cans. I understand the reason for it. It costs less to produce the cans. The cans are recyclable. The machines to do the canning are less expensive than the bottling machines. Yada yada yada. A lot of pure beer people are going to tell you, "Ooh, cans." Not my favorite. I'd prefer bottles, but I pour everything into a glass for the most part, anyways. So, Fort George is in Astoria, Oregon. Astoria was founded in 1811. 1811 Lager is a throwback to Western pre-Prohibition times. Back then, it was hard to make lagers year-round because lagers have to ferment at a cold temperature, and the 1800s, they didn't have refrigeration systems. 1811 Lager, then, is a throwback in that it is brewed using actual ale yeast instead of lager yeast, so it doesn't have to be fermented at a colder temperature. This is cool in a lot of ways because, a brewery then can make a lager without having to spend extra money on refrigerating a giant fermentation cone. So, it's cool there, and it's also cool that it's a throwback. I actually selected 1811 Lager for the local hero for this season, not because I like the way... Well, it's good for a lager, but my favorite thing about 1811 Lager is actually for cooking. I use it a lot for cooking, probably more than any other beer that I use. In fact, I just got done making dinner, and I made burgers, and it was 1811, a bourbon sauce, workhorse IPA mustard from Laurelwood, and then, a bunch of seasoning, and, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles, all the normal burger stuff, and pepper jack cheese, and it turned out amazing. Normally it turns out amazing when I cook burgers with 1811.
Normally turns out amazing when you cook burgers.
My girlfriend really likes my burgers. But my secret ingredient is a quarter cup to a half cup of 1811 Lager. I'm not going to lie, you have my secret now. You can go home and you can make your own awesome Pacific Northwest Beer Review burgers using Fort George 1811 Lager. And, impress people with how awesome your burgers are. I like to do teriyaki burgers with them. I use a teriyaki sauce from Costco along with Costco's ginger Asian spice. But you can also do really awesome normal burgers if you throw in 1811 and barbecue sauce and ketchup and mustard, and then just all mix it up in the meat along with your normal spices. Probably wasn't a great pour. We got 2.5 fingers of barm in a small glass. It just kind of dissipated a little bit. Got a very golden light color. Kind of reminds me a bit of Good Shit Pilsner and Spring Rain. It might actually be a little bit lighter, a little bit more golden. Let's see if I can remember here. I don't remember actually. 5.1% alcohol, so it's actually lower alcohol than Spring Rain. I think it says what the IBUs are. That's another thing about cans, is they're a little bit harder to read sometimes, especially when they got condensation going on them. I'll look up the IBU later and post it on the comments, and I'll post it up on the Facebook. Anyways, we got a light golden color. We'll pour a little bit more in now that we settled down. Very, very white, foamy barm going on. Got a lot of bubbles coming up from the bottom like Spring Rain did. You know, it looks very much like a lager. And come in for the close-up. Adjusted close-up. Yeah. Adjusted close-up. Okay. We'll see what we got for smell going on here. You don't smell really much of the hops. You get a lot of the malt smell. When I was reading tasty notes up on it real quick, I noticed a lot of people were getting kind of corn cereal-like flavors. But you can smell the malt and the barley and stuff, and it could be interpreted as kind of cereal taste. It's really sweet, actually. Probably one of the sweeter beers that we've had so far on season 1. That might be one of the reasons why I like to use it for cooking so much. It's kind of got like a sweet, mellow flavor. It's got 2 different kinds of hops, but the hops that are in there aren't, like aggressive grapefruit hops or aggressive grass or earthy hops or anything like that. They're more mellow, and they play well with the malt flavor and stuff, and it's just kind of like a mellow, sweet flavor. You don't get like a hop bitterness there, really. So it's you just sit here and drink it, and it's almost like drinking something that's like really smooth and kind of sweet. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And in my opinion, I think it takes a lot of the flavors that you could put in it with seasoning and sauces and whatnot, and kind of amplifies them and plays well with them and blends well with them. It's not bad for drinking. Like I've said in the past before, lagers and pilsners and like American pale ales, they kind of have like more mellow flavor, and the flavors are kind of more downtoned, so they can be a little bit harder to pick up, and a lot of people not be as into drinking them. But in a way, it's kind of nice also, because you can just sit around, drink a mellow beer, and not be like having every sip be like, oh man, it's like getting my face smacked. I mean, it's always cool to have a beer that's kind of in your face too. Like the Joe IPA I liked because it was really, really grapefruity, and I'd been craving it. But also at the same time, it's nice to drink a beer and then not really have those flavors linger around and be like, oh, I want those flavors back, So, because it's mellow, it's easy drinking, and because I love cooking with it so much, that is why I've decided this season's local hero is going to be 1811 Lager from Fort George Brewery in Astoria, Oregon. I'm going to try to squeeze in a Northwest staple before the season finale, and then 12 episodes, first season done. And next season I'll try to come back with another local hero and another Northwest staple. Only got a couple more episodes left and season 1 will be over. So we'll be posting up stuff on the Facebook and working on things for the videos and for season 2 and trying to decide what we're going to have for season 2. Might have another sampler crawl run or something like that too, here and there. That isn't part of a season, just a special. Anyways, if you like what you see, like the video, subscribe to us on the YouTube, comment on the videos on the YouTube if you see something funny or something that you like or something that you don't like, or if you have suggestions for a beer. I didn't need this, obviously. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Pacific Northwest Beer Review. I post up a lot of random funny stuff there too. Also, sometimes I post up random quick beer reviews. I did one the other night of the Rogue Santa Claus Private Reserve, Santa's Private Reserve. That was one of the 2 beers that came from the Rogue trip from the Bid and Beer. Yeah, we'll call that for our local hero episode, and we'll see you in the next episode or the next special. You guys have a good night. See you later. Thank you. Bye.